she lunges for you. She draws a 4-inch gash along your ribs, cutting through your jean jacket. She spins it back around to the uphand grip and says, "Go ahead, Mitch. Run. You always run."
Like, I want to run through in the direction of town. And when I do, I'm going to pipe wrench to the knee.
You hit her in the knee, and she deftly kind of jumps out of the way, a little shocked that you charged instead of rabbiting. And she is able to spin and drops her elbow onto the back of your head. You see Garrett kind of triple and double in front of your vision. And as you're running, you start stumbling through the area, drops of your blood kind of lying on the intermittent snow that is here. Mm-hmm. You feel your legs go out from under you as Shannon sweeps them, and you drop to the ground and slide, kind of pinwheeling through the loose earth and snow as you come to a stop. Immediately pressing to get back up, you see the approach of Rob Ott as he is charging like a knight of old on the wingmobile.
Rob is going to become speed, and he's going to ram her.
You charge in, pop a wheelie on the wingmobile as the front tire takes Shannon squarely in the chin, and she launches through the air, and you see her actually dip down into a ravine some 10 feet away as you pull back down right beside Mitch.
Sorry. Not.
And as the Pingmobile moments later rolls through Garrett, the door to the Garrett PD opens, and Shannon Locke stumbles out into the sunshine.
Stop.
Okay, what? Hi. Are you?
I'm me. I don't know if you're you because I just ran you over.
Wait, what? Me?
I'm bleeding a lot.
Bleeding? You stabbed him.
I did not actually.
There's a bad shit.
Okay, we can argue about this later, but I don't think there's room for 3 of us on this. So where are you going?
Because he's getting heavier. I'm not taking him to the hospital.
Can you just like get him to the side of the road, and then I will try to help or something?
That's bad shit.
Rob's going to take 3 steps to the right to make sure that he's at the side of the road and not directly in the road.
Just at that time, a white Volkswagen Rabbit rolls around the corner.
But Jerry will get out of the car, pull up the seat. But get up. What did you guys do? You know this is the last Mitch, right?
I don't know. I just walked out here and blood.
She said she got to kill more.
Okay. Hold on. Let's maybe make sure you don't die first.
Thank you.
And then we'll talk about why she's killing you. Okay.
Guys, getting stabbed hurts a lot. It's a lot more than I expected. It's way worse than movies.
It's at this time, George, you round the corner, you see your friends surrounding a fallen form of a Mitch.
Oh, I double time it.
I don't really care where we go, whatever's closer. I just gotta stop the blood coming out. Usually I like to talk and argue, but can we just...
Isn't Sarge's house right here? And I just pick him up.
Oh.
And it is at that point that you see a sandwich board on this great big porch that says town meeting.
We can't take a dead kid to a town meeting.
Dead yet.
I'm alive.
Okay.
For now.
This is not good.
Okay.
Can somebody, I don't know, get like a needle and thread? I can do my best.
Ben looks down. You were in a knife fight.
Yeah, buddy. It wasn't really a fight. I get stabbed.
It's like the end of Commando.
Yeah, except I'm dying. It was bad.
I don't think you're dying.
She's so fast in a suit. I hit her in the
You're
knee.
Did you get in a good shot?
I don't know. She kicked me. I fell over. Rob hit her with the bike. She's like a ninja.
Ben looks over his shoulder at Jerry. I'm telling you, this place is great.
Are you stay here? And Jerry's going to go storm off after Rob.
Rob. And she opens her arms.
He's just going to run to her.
But she wraps you in a hug. Maggie pulls back and looks and says, I don't know exactly what's going on. I never do. What do you need from me?
Mitch is hurt, and he needs help.
You have a Mitch? Show me. Within moments, Mitch, your vision is filled with Miss Maggie as she leans over. Miss Maggie is here. I have you.
Thanks, Miss Anne.
And she turns to George. I assume you can carry him.
Yeah, I got him.
Do you not have a Shannon?
Hey, two. Two.
You have two.
One bad.
The other one's just okay.
Hey guys, now that we're all like alive, sort of, I'm supposed to be dead. And I may or may not have gotten out of the morgue next to the bodies of me and Dutch. Oh, and our friendly chief that we dealt with in the last, is here too. And I think he has something to do with all that.
Maggie hears this part and she looks over at Shannon and then at all of you. Rugen knows. Wherever you go, assume that he knows.
So, now that I'm not immediately dying, there's a bad Shannon, but she's not Shannon. She's not here, Shannon. She's a Shannon like us. She's in a suit. She says she killed other Mitches. She says she had to kill one more to save her dad, and then she tried to stab me to death. She's very quick, and she's a professional Mitch killing Shannon, which is something I never thought I'd have to say with my mouth. She almost did it for Super Rob. Wheels of Steel or something.
How did she know where you were?
What did you give me? She was waiting for me. She was there. I was in a field. I was in the middle of nowhere in a field, and she said, one more Mitch, and then... It's like,
well, obviously that's not a coincidence. How does she know?
It's like Halloween. I don't know, man.
Well, we need to find out, because if we have to jump again, then...
I'm sorry, I was too busy not getting stabbed to death.
No, I get it, but now that you're not dying, we need to figure out what happens next.
It's the loop.
Yeah.
They know. They are up to something.
All of your ears pop.
Maggie, you have crystals?
Leave some behind.
Do you have special crystals? Are they special?
No. Rob, leave some behind now.
And she sees the velvet bag that Rob has, that he's kind of pulling one out, and you dump it to the ground. What should I do with this? The others have never had any.
Bring it as far away from here as you can.
Okay. All right. Come here, children. And she opens her arms up to kind of gather you in. So you're all gathered in a hug. As you begin to pull away, you can feel Maggie holding you, and she's singing and humming to you as you begin to sink into the floor.
Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. I didn't do any of the cameras because we took a 3-week break and I forgot how to stream. Deal with it. We're back from clearly a vacation, some hiatus situation there, holidays, etc., etc. If you like to see what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is Patreon down below. Help me raise money so I can hire someone to do my job for me because I can't do it myself. While you're down there, click on that Discord link and come join us in the Discord, be a part of the conversation, be a part of the community. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the corruption bar, which will shortly be changed to Michigan bar. That serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, Greg does whatever the hell he wants to us. It's usually terrible. And two, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to these wonderful, amazing faces you see here before you. That being said, I'm going to fix these cameras and turn things over to Greg to bring us back to the 80s that never was.
Thank you so much, my friend. First and foremost, I am so happy to be here. I'm a little under the weather tonight, but I promise to make the 80s that never was an event to remember, especially tonight as we begin the full-fledged arc of this campaign. But before we go forward, we have to go back. And as we begin all of our episodes, Atari Twilight is a story about the 80s playing using Free League's Tales from the Loop system. Tales from the Loop calls its setting the 80s that never was because of the fantastical elements added to our history. However, here at Atari Twilight, we call it N80s, one of a limitless number of possibilities. Our kids, our heroes, will be traveling between these different versions of the 80s, the different versions of their realities, learning important facts hidden in their own reality. But between all of these different 80s, spread out like rows in a garden, between all of these 80s, some things never change. The music is the same. The movies, books, and TV, pop culture, all the same. Everything that you remember or heard about happened. As for our sandbox, Garrett, Maryland is at the heart of it all. There, 5 kids seek to save not just their 80s, but all the 80s that ever was, including our own. In their way stands a cadre of forces so fantastic that only the greatest decade could house them. Characters from television, movies, and novels walk the streets of Garrett. The Transformers, Gremlins, the characters of King's books, and many more, all present. Garrett, Maryland, their hometown, is the nexus. It is where the fate of everything will be decided, for it holds the Loop, a great mysterious research facility, a miraculous particle accelerator that powers not only scientific progress, but the imagination. And this vast and terrible loop will be the Armageddon of all existence. In this, the last year of the greatest decade, here in 1989, all will be decided for good or ill. The end of the age, and this tale is upon us. 4 years, over 130 songs, ultimately 40 episodes in the making comes down to this. We return to N80s here in Garrett in the Highlands of Maryland. Now, as we just saw in the previously on, our intrepid band, they had traveled to a parallel version, one of many, of their hometown of Garrett. Some of them found their lives better. Others weren't so fortunate. After encountering an evil version of one of their own number and learning a bit about the familiar yet very different world around them, they were again whisked away to yet another version of their hometown. Again, they find themselves separated and in varying states of danger. One stands before a burned out skeleton of their childhood home. One seems to have found a return to an old life. One finds themselves fighting against their own father in a poorly defined sparring session. One escapes the fate of their mirror and swims to the surface of the Castleman River. And the last stares at dozens of copies of their parents walking the streets of Garrett. But that was then. Where are we now? The only way to go forward is to go back, my friends. Back one last time to our shared story, our 80s. Back one last time for the love and memories, and back one last time to bear witness to these fantastic heroes. George Butts, Jerry Baker, Shannon Locke, Ben McKenzie, Robot, and Casey Mitch Mitchell. Welcome one and all to the end of an age. Welcome, my friends, to Atari Twilight Rollout, Episode 3, Game Boy. Everybody, if you could go to your Spotify playlist, because here in the 80s, our 80s, we like to listen to music like they did in the 80s. So please go to our Spotify playlist, cue up the very first track, which is Mother Love Bones, Chloe Dancer, Crown of Thorns, which came out in 1989, everybody. With that, my players, you all ended separated. To help aid in your visual location and kind of proximity skills, I have added tokens to our map in Roll20. If you go there right now, you will see that each of you have control of the tokens that you have, and they are currently placed where your characters are. Now, if your character ever is taken someplace that you don't know the location of, and I certainly don't want the others to know the location of, they will be added to the top right-hand corner beside the question mark. Currently, Ben is the only person that is there. Let's see, Jerry. Jerry, you stand and look at the burned out husk of your childhood home, a home that in the previous Garrett that you had visited was at its apex, at its absolute top evolution. A happy home, a cared for home, a loving family resided in it, of which you were a member, and so was Ben. It seems to have taken, if at all possible, the other end of the spectrum in representation. Life and now death. And to augment that sense of loss, before you is an old forgotten shrine, something that you'd find along the side of the road for a car crash victim, or in a memorial that happened many, many seasons past. The weather has faded signs, and dead flowers still remain bundled here along the side of the mailbox. There's an old card that is faded and weathered, ink smeared, but still legible. And it says, "I will always remember you, your friend, Ben." Beyond that, beyond these trinkets to a life that you never new enough to be memorialized. You stand alone. A little further along towards town, someone seems to be walking a dog, a vaguely familiar man. But again, in Garrett, everyone is vaguely familiar. And for a moment, you realize there's a tightness and you feel kind of constricted, but you're alone. My friend, what do you do?
Jerry will take a minute with the little shrine just to kind of take in some of the names and things that have been left behind to him, knowing full well what he just left behind. But this is more his speed. This is more what he's used to. So I don't think he'll dwell on it too long. But I think he'll pick up that card from Ben, maybe fold it in half and just stuff it in his pocket.
No one is near enough or has enough nerve to stop you. It is a crime of repossession as you take something that belonged to or was for your mirror. And it's now yours in your back pocket. Garrett lies in the same path that it always does. Trade wind seems to be just below the hill of your house. There's light traffic here as always, nothing out of the ordinary. The only thing that you, two Michigans, that's awesome. The only thing that you do notice is that in this little shrine, there's no mention of anyone else. No one else is memorialized. No one else has flowers laid to them. It seems that all of them, at least all of the things that you can kind of make out, are directed to you or your namesake.
Seems weird. But there was a date, if I recall. It was an end date for Jerry's life.
Sure.
It was a few years ago. Was it not 86, did we say?
It was actually Jerry's birth date in 86. If the paper is to be, or the memorial is to be believed, it said Rip Geron Jerry Baker, 11/14/1974 to 11/14/1986, making you exactly 12 years old.
Jerry's bad at math, so he doesn't dwell on that either. He'll probably, like, after stuffing the card in his pocket, make his way towards the trade winds, because this place seems a little more like home, the home he remembers, than the last one, and he kind of assumes that's where he'll find his friends.
Okay. And as you begin to kind of walk in a southerly direction towards the Trade Winds trailer park, we will cut away. George, you sit in a room that is very similar to something that maybe not you currently would have decorated or arranged, but something that your prior self, your 8th grade self, your popular kid self definitely would have felt comfortable in, felt secure enough to show the populace of the school how cool it was. And inside this room you sit, in the house that you grew up in. Your father, you can still hear him humming some Bee Gees song as he walks down the hallway, having just informed you that tonight you all will be going out to hot tamales for Cinco de Mayo. And if that is to be believed, the date would currently be Friday, May 5th, 1989. The time, 7:04 a.m. He also told you that if you need a ride to school, ask Amy. What do you do, my friend?
I think George is a bit in disbelief, because to him, seeing his dad like that's something that he hasn't seen in a very long time. Also, the mention of Amy, so he doesn't have his mother. So I think the first thing he's going to do is, if he's not clothed, he's going to put on whatever clothes. So it's probably not going to be the rocker grunge stuff that he was getting into. So it might be a polo, maybe 2 of them with pop collars.
You're wearing 2 with pops, right?
Yes, exactly. Double pop. Always.
Okay. You would have stuck out if you hadn't. So
right.
You've avoided that mess.
Of course, wear the tight jeans because why not? And head downstairs. And I think in the back of his head, it's on repeat. The mantra: this isn't real. This isn't real. This isn't my home. This isn't real. As because he doesn't want to see what happened to Ben happen to him. And he walks to see who Amy is.
Right, and as you walk down, and again, as we've defined in the past, the Butts house is more of a sprawling type of. It's a bit of a split level, but the predominance is on that second floor. You have the if now correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, because I believe that George's room is on one side. There's the living room, there's the kitchen, and then like the master suite, and I think your mom's office is there as well.
Yeah.
And then your dad has a separate office, but it's not where he really works. Your mom actually works out of the house too, right? So.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it's still laid out that way. And as you kind of walk out into what would be the living room or the great room area, kind of interconnecting the two sleeping areas of this house, you hear your father as he's singing. And again, this Bee Gees tune is picked up, and you hear your mom's voice kind of harmonize in with it. And we're going to say, was it Catherine Hahn? That's the person from Schitt's Creek, right? Is it
Catherine Hahn? That's the one from
Catherine
like, she's Agatha.
Yeah, who's oh, that's right. Who's Schitt's Creek? Catherine O'Hara?
Catherine
Is that
O'Hara.
it?
Yep.
O'Hara.
Okay, so yeah, Catherine O'Hara's base claim. We'll go that with your mom, as she and Eugene begin to dance in the kitchen. This is a mixture of you would guess some type of slow dance with improvised disco moves, as your dad, still wearing the sombrero that clearly displays the Hot Tamales logo across the back, is dancing with your mom as they hum and sing the Bee Gees. And whatever would be the, I don't know, let's see, the packed lunch or the breakfast of the day, your mom always had and George by default, always had very unique food preferences. And so whatever that particular, whether it would be like a breakfast quiche or something of that nature, something very vegetarian, very healthy.
Yeah,
would
my
be,
mom invented avocado toast.
Then there it is, waiting for you as you come out. And as they see you, they move to embrace you and like pull you into the dance. What do you do?
I wasn't ready for that. And so neither is George in this case. He's kind of like going along with it because they're probably pulling him and forcing him into it, and it's awkward. And I think
it gets real awkward at one point. Like Gene like grabs your hips and forces him to move. He's like, "You're so stiff, son. Come on, you're stiff. Let's go."
Yeah. It's growing pains, and I like try to like scuttle away and just take the toast and like walk out the door or something.
As you go to walk out the door, you see a rather, I wouldn't say plain, but plainly dressed woman. She's sitting beside the door. What's the first thing you kind of think is odd is that's where the umbrella rack usually is for your house, and she is sitting on a book on top of an empty umbrella rack. It's not even a chair. And she's just sitting there. And as you get closer, she cocks her head and says, "Would you like me to drive you to school?"
No.
Okay.
And I just keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should have asked who she was, but I made my choice. So yeah, I start walking. I'm assuming I'm just going to go to the garage. It's like a detached garage, if I remember correctly, and it's 3-door. So I'm going to go see if my bike is there.
Your bike is not, but a Honda scooter is.
The scooter.
It's like tan gold with the kind of the swooped up seat and the slightly pulled back handlebars, as somebody thought that made it look more like a motorcycle, but it doesn't.
I'm down to ride a better than a Pingmobile, so I'm down to ride this.
It's more expensive than the Pingmobile, but I dare say nothing is better than the Pingmobile.
That's not true. It's about to be better.
Okay, so your gold nugget is ready to rock, and
I think my goal is it's a school day, but we're too cool for, I think George might go past the school, or to the school, because that's kind of near where everybody else lives, if I remember right. So at least the middle school was. So I think I'm just going to go down my normal route to school. And if anybody's on the way, I don't know if Rob might be on the way or Shannon, I might divert to them.
Okay, so this will be a good time to check over at the map. George, as you would approach, you would know that the closest to you would be Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Rob would be down 2 blocks and like over to the west 2 blocks. His house is the closest geographically to yours. Sam was just 1 street over from yours, but she's no longer part of the core group here.
Yeah, I'll stop by Rob's house.
Okay, so you're on your way. And with that, Shannon, I need you to make that move roll for me. As your father, Sean Locke, jacked up with patriotic whatever and muscles aplenty, is swinging a haymaker at best possible speed at your head. A failure here will result in a condition.
One success.
I leave it to you. Do you dodge it or do you block it? Either way, you will not take damage.
Dodge.
As you're moving to dodge, you realize that you're going to dodge this cleanly, meaning that this is something that you can kind of decide whether or not you want to be fancy with this, or let me put it to you this way. You can make it look like he got close, or you can make it look like he whiffed, or any kind of differentiation in between. Do you want it to look like your dad almost got you, or that he was nowhere close?
Well, he got her in the last one, right? On the last hit.
Yeah, but you were kind of mid dive with that one. So
That's
that was
true.
a little.
That's true. I think she's still a little bit peeved about that. So she'll make it that he like definitely missed.
Okay. With that, I will also give you the opportunity, since you succeeded and chose that route, you may redirect his momentum if you wish. Do you want to try to do a bit of judo and take him somewhere he doesn't want to go? Or do you want to just throw his punch and have whatever happens next happen? This would be your round in the combat.
Yeah, I think she's gonna just do the dodge. She wants to see what's going on.
Okay. So as you move, you do, and I'll give you this one for free. Sean looks a bit surprised at how quickly and how expertly you were able to kind of slip around his punch. And as he is overextended with the power that he put behind this, you are now watching, and from the safe side of his punch, as you are elbow side to him, as he's already crossed himself. At this point, it doesn't look like your dad intends to stop, at least in this moment. Shannon, what do you do?
His back is to me.
Yeah, he's kind of, he threw a punch, missed you, and now you have like the side and the shoulder where he has kind of lost his positioning a bit.
Would you say he's slightly off balance?
I'd say he's real off balance because he missed, and he missed bad. This is in boxing terms, he just crossed himself up.
Okay. He's still substantially larger than Shannon, so
he's substantially larger than what you remember your dad being. This is like if your dad decided to lift 6 hours a day.
Right. Okay. So
Everybody go and turn on a little bit of Higher Ground by Red Hot Chili Peppers. It kind of fits.
Okay, so I think what she'll probably do is actually go for a hit, a punch.
Where?
To his side, because he's left it exposed, right? So just kind of right on the side there.
Okay, fantastic. Roll me a force. A failure does not result in a condition for this.
Damn it. Nope.
I know you don't have luck, but I will let you know you can push it. That will give you a condition, or you can use your pride to have an automatic success.
Mm.
If you use your pride, I'll make it good.
Well, now I'm curious. Okay, sure. Why not? I have never used my pride, I think once since, no, only season 1, I think. So let's do it.
Okay, so with that and the fact that Shannon is a little more human than a human, and you drive this punch into his side because of the way that I explained it, you are hitting a solid, and I mean solid kidney shot. A good kidney shot can drop somebody. Do you want to drop your old man?
Yeah.
So as quickly as he realizes he misses, you thunder and piston in a punch with your knuckles just slightly extended to kind of give them a bit of a drive underneath the ribs, just to tickle that kidney a little bit. And you hear the air burst almost like a belch out of his lungs as he and he drops to the side. He doesn't go full prone to his back, but he goes down to a knee, and you see him kind of swirl, and you see that look in his eyes. Because again, I love the 80s, and this is a Cobra Kai moment. He doesn't have an attack this round. Do you want to try something else, Shannon?
Do I want to? He's down on his knee, so
He's down as he's actually below your line of sight now. So you have every angle open to him from, waist up, head, everything is well within full power. You can put everything behind.
I think she's just gonna go with it, and I think we're going for a kick to the face. See if he can stop it.
Roll me a force then.
Please don't roll so terribly. Thanks, roll 20. 1 success.
He definitely tries, but he's done that instinctual, I'm going to grab the part that just got hit move. And so he gets hit in the kidney. Both of his hands kind of drop to his side, and he can only bear witness as your shin comes thundering in and cracks him across the forehead. And he does go down. And because of his size, it sounds like someone dropped a wheelbarrow full of bricks as he against the ground. And he sits there and just moans for 2 or 3 seconds until you hear him start to laugh. It's good. I was real good. And you see him cough. And when he looks up, you can tell he gives you that like slightly off your shoulder look at first. And you realize he's having problems actually pinpointing you. And he kind of, after a second, gets your eye line. And you see something that your Shannon probably has seen quite a bit. And that's the pride of Sean Locke. Somehow outside of this frame and muscles and high and tight haircut, there's a little bit of your Sean Locke there. And he nods and offers his hand for you to help him up. Do you?
No, she does not. I know better than that, Dad.
He smiles and laughs louder, and you realize that he had every intention to do something to you if you had helped him. And he kind of rocks himself up. He's too big of a man to do like a quick get up, but he does something very similar. He kind of rocks up onto his feet, pushes up with his hand, and takes his full height as he seems so much larger in this space. And you see him look over to the shadowy figure in the corner, and he says, "Todd." And the figure stands up and walks forward, and you see a man that's vaguely familiar. "She got you, boss. 1 minute, 43 seconds. And your father looks back at you, It's a personal best. That's a personal best. Mark it down. And you see scribbling on the. All right, Andy, take that upstairs, record it with the others. And he goes
Does
and walks
Shannon
upstairs.
recognize this person? No idea.
Vaguely familiar.
Oh, okay. Okay. Shannon
looks
will
over
probably
at you.
just lean back
Yeah.
on something. Yeah.
Where did you learn that? The kidney. That was good. It was you slid it and slipped it beneath the rib. It's perfect.
Thanks. Girl's got to have her secrets, right, Dad?
Right. And you hear a commotion coming from upstairs where you would know would be the kitchen and the back door that leads out to what would be the garage where you and Mitch actually worked on the van and that kind of patio area. And you hear two sets of footsteps descending and two uniformed Garrett police officers come downstairs. And your dad kind of stands up. And again, he's wearing just like a tight white t-shirt and he looms over these two guys. What are you doing in here? Mr. Locke, we just need you to come down for some questions. There was a hit and run last night. Herb Seville was killed. We need to, someone thinks they saw you near in the car. And one of them actually has a hand near his gun. And for a moment, as you look between the two, for free, I'm going to tell you, Shannon, your dad looks like he's going to do something.
Oh,
But
he was with me. We were training. So don't know who you saw, but wasn't my dad.
He takes his hand away from the weapon. Mr. Locke, we just need you to come down and verify that. We just need to cross your name off a list. We are not arresting you. This is a formality just to make sure that you can go down and officially clear your name. And with that break in the tension between the police officers and your father seems to acquiesce a bit, looks at you, nods, says, Andy will take you to school if you need it. I'll be
Great.
back soon.
Okay.
This is my day off, as he starts to talk to him as they go up. And as he goes past, you see him grab a loop sweatshirt and throw it around and pull the hood up as he takes to the top of the stairs. I have a question before we move away from Shannon. What's Shannon's birth date? I have it as July 3rd, 1973.
I think that's right. Yep.
It's May 5th, 1989, which means that Shannon is fast approaching the age of 16. Who are those people that you need to meet?
It's a great question.
You can see their faces.
Yep.
There's the kid that wears the bandana. There's the kid that used to wear a mask of some kind. And for a moment, Shannon, you realize you're forgetting something very important. And in this moment, Meta, as the player, what do you want to do with Shannon to help her? She's too close to the point of no return. She's getting close to 16.
Uh-huh.
And she doesn't have any of the crystals.
That's true.
So what do you do? In this moment, you can remember enough. You're just forgetting the basics. If this were the Back to the Future scenario of the picture, just the top of the older brother's head is starting to go. And you have a moment to do something to kind of keep these memories intact. What do you want to do?
Geez. Does she have her keychain still with her that she's carried around for literally 3 seasons?
Yep, everything that you have, you have.
Okay.
Now, again, you were training in an outfit that wasn't your own, but all of your clothes were stacked over on the side.
Okay. That would be what she would go for her vest if it's there. Is her vest there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, she would go and kind of rummage through the pockets, hopefully finding the keychain.
It is found.
Yeah, it's the what's the icon I'm thinking of? My brain just stopped working.
The dog tag?
No. Transformer icon. Why am I blanking on the name?
Oh, the symbol?
Yeah. She had like taken a permanent marker and drawn it on like the back of like one of the keychain pieces. So hopefully that sparks something for her.
You can remember that you are part of a group and you need to meet them. You remember even that it's supposed to be at the hill. You can remember that. But it's like a dream, a very vivid dream, but you've woken up. And the more awake you get, the more the colors seem to blur into black and white of the dream. And you can feel it. You can feel that happening. It's actively happening. It's not something that you've reached a point and then you have like a moment of reprieve. It's like a constant ebb.
Okay.
You have all of your stuff. What would you like to do as far as where do you want to take Shannon?
Well, if the only thing she can really remember is the hill, I think she's just gonna focus on, I need to get to the hill.
By the time you gather yourself and make it out to the garage, much of which is the same, you realize when you take to the main floor, you can actually see the police car moving away. And the gentleman known as Andy is sitting there, but he's wearing at this point, a jacket, like a formal, something that you would see like a delivery person wear. And across the nameplate, it says Aaron. And across the opposite side, almost with like a separate kind of added patch, it has a quotes around it and says Andy. And this gentleman is sitting there kind of transcribing things from the clipboard to something else. And he looks up. You need me to drive you to school?
No, I could use a little bit of extra, walk, I think. Some fresh air.
I gassed up your bike for you if you need it.
Oh, yeah, that works. Thanks.
You're welcome. See you when you get home.
Yep. See ya.
And he kind of holds the point for about 5 seconds too long. All right, then.
Okay. Keep it weird, Andy. Bye.
Bye. Then he goes back to
Shannon's like, that's creepy.
And as you go out, you see a variation of the bike that you have ridden in the first 2 seasons. Only this one seems to be a little beefier. And by that, I mean, you're pretty sure it's got a bigger engine. You're pretty sure it's got a bigger tank. It's the same bike. The frame and everything sort of fits. It just looks like it's been augmented a bit. And as you get close to it, you see that there is some type of note tucked into the creases of the leather of the seat.
She reads it.
It says, "We have to move the car. Nee is acting weird. I think he turned." Mitch, you are soaking wet along the bank of the Castleman River. You have just swum to the surface, the final resting place of the mirror of the other Mitch, presumably down at the bottom of the Castleman River in your mom's car with what is unfortunately the remains of her behind the wheel. A gruesome, morbid scene. You have pulled yourself out into the early morning May, still cold here in the mountains. You are getting colder as you are soaking wet. Your clothes are tight across you as it feels like that cold is actually constricting them. You are 4 miles outside of the trade winds along rural Route 36. My friend, what do you do?
Fantastic. So I think the hanging bodies inside of an ice locker prepared Mitch for pretty much anything. So he kind of like shakes off what he just saw and some water and looks around. Greg, are there like trees? Is there a forest nearby, or like a copse of trees, something like that?
Absolutely. This is a very dense area. In fact, you can see that there are trees lining from what would be the elevated position of the actual road of Route 36, and then trees down to the water's edge. This is one of the deeper areas of the Castleman River. And so, yeah, there's a nice stretch of very heavily wooded trees, the buds of spring starting to camouflage the area a bit better.
Great. Noting that he wasn't immediately stabbed, he's gonna head to like the high ground where the road is and climb a tree to get like a view of what he can see, to make sure there isn't like a secret Shannon or a secret Butts coming to knife him. That hurt a lot, and he doesn't want it to happen again. So he's gonna get some high ground and look around to see what he can see.
Right, right. And as you do that and as you look around, go ahead and roll me and investigate as you kind of take in the area. And at the same time, thinking about the wound that you received through your denim vest, um, you can still feel kind of a slight pull there, something that is different than it had been prior to the wound, but there's no more pain. And when you look, it's just a thin line of a scar, as if it's had 4 weeks to heal
Yikes.
or more.
Cool. Okay. I'm giving you an investigate, you said?
Please.
Okay. 3 successes.
Fantastic, my friend. You may know and feel comfortable in that you do not have any enemies, either known or unknown, approaching your position. Also, you may either bank and investigate free success for later, or you may ask me a question, or you may double up or keep 2 successes for later, ask me 2 questions, whatever you'd like.
Cool. Okay, so I don't see anyone near me. Can I see Garrett from here? You said I was like 4 miles away from the trade wind?
Yep, absolutely. And as you kind of turn, you know that just around the corner, you'll see the descent into like the little valley that is the Garrett area. The first thing that you would come across would be the trade winds. Jerry's house would be there as well. And then you kind of come up by the old UPS depot where you all had an interesting encounter a couple months ago. And then you'd be in the proper. But as soon as you kind of rounded the next curve, you know that you'll have at least a view of a partial Garrett.
Okay. From this tree vantage point, my question is, do I see anything from here that sticks out as not correct? Like, doesn't align with what I know Garrett to look like?
Yes, there is no Castle Grayskull.
Cool. Okay. Fantastic. And then I will bank one of those successes for later. And I start hauling ass in the direction of... Oh, man, he stops for a second and thinks like, okay, so if Maggie's a Maggie, then Maggie's almost always good. But the hill. And then he like kind of orientates himself as best he can and then starts trucking it towards the hill.
Okay. And as you start kind of running again, the only thing is that your body kind of naturally warms itself as you start to kind of run and exercise. You probably would have had a problem if you hadn't, chosen that route. But as you're running, you realize that like your clothing and everything is extremely tight across you. And you realize that the water has done something just to kind of hinder your movement a bit. And as you are running in that direction, you're still able to, get full stride and everything. It's just uncomfortable, running in wet jeans and things like that. But you're heading towards Garrett as we go to Rob in Main Street of Garrett, staring in the window of McCrory's department store. Everybody go and cue up a little Tesla love song for me, please. Rob, as you look, you see your parents sitting on display, your mom standing, your father in a chair, being advertised as Amy and Aaron, the answer to all of your domestic problems, with like a word bubble that says like cleaning, cooking, childcare. And as you turn and look around the streets, you see a dozen of your mom, a half dozen of your dad, various tasks, delivering coffee, walking a dog, carrying groceries. Some of them dressed like a municipal worker cleaning the streets. And for this moment, Rob, as you turn and look around and see all of these copies of your parents, when you finally finish the 360 and look back in the window, Your mom behind the glass winks at you. What do you do?
He's gonna kind of step back. Like you said, they're kind of all around in the street and everything. Just, I mean, he's probably gonna wander a bit and get lost and hopefully kind of wander in the direction of either where he needs to be or hopefully towards the paperback exchange, because he's not really paying attention where he's to his surroundings. He's staring at these things walking by. Because these are one, he's never seen his parents do any of these things, and now it's so much sensory overload for these people that he has mixed feelings about. There's just so many of them, so he's going to kind of just wander towards Miss Maggie. The only thing that's going to be able to make any sense to him at this point.
And as you kind of stumble in that direction, you're not really, again, by your own definition, it's you kind of subconsciously are pulled in that direction. You're not really following any defined or planned route other than just get there. And as you walk down Main Street, it's almost like every time you pass one of them, there is a tip of a hat, if an Aaron is wearing one, or a wink and a smile from an Amy. And they always say, "Good morning, good morning." And a couple of them, "You'll be late for school. Do you need a ride?"
He's gonna try to acknowledge one back. And
An Amy or an Aaron?
The first one, let's say it's an Amy. He's just gonna ask, do you know me?
"I certainly could. My name's Amy." And she offers a hand.
He's gonna keep walking.
And that hand stays out for 5 seconds. "Have a good day."
That answered his question. It's so, yeah, he's gonna just keep kind of going until he kind of finds his bearings, then just makes his way to the paperback exchange. Because at this point, he's the hill and the friend. This is taking over his mind right now.
You finally turn the corner, and there is the Sancta Sanctorum, the paperback exchange. And as you get closer, on a very rare occasion, this being Friday morning, a little after 7 a.m., it's closed. And the closed sign, which is handmade and written in the bubble kind of graphics of Miss Maggie, it says "closed, but not forever."
Yeah, I guess he's gonna make his way towards the hill now. It was that he wanted immediate answers, and I guess he's not gonna get them. He without either pounding on the door or just collecting everybody to see what's going on. I mean, they obviously need to investigate this stuff, so yeah, it's fight or flight. So he's gonna fly in the direction of his friends.
Okay. And we're going to stick with Rob as Rob, you begin to kind of climb out of the Main Street area, and that becomes the hill. And this is a hill that you chased some retreating middle schoolers after your punch bowl dance in the wingmobile that at the time was stolen way back in season 1. Same hill that, yeah, yeah, same hill that a skateboarder had rocketed down. Numerous bike rides had been along this route. And at this point, you see a resplendent golden scooter bearing a George Butts coming down said hill as you are walking up it. George, you see Rob. Rob, you see George. Welcome to Garrett.
He's just gonna kind of wave.
We don't have our bikes, otherwise we Hey, what's up, man?
Are you seeing this?
I think at this point, George wouldn't have noticed all of the other robots that are the same one that he probably saw at his house. Yeah, that broad was at my house too. Who's that guy? There's a lot of him around.
That's my dad.
It is?
Yeah. And that's my mom.
That's cool. I never met him. You're not going to get attached, right? This isn't our Garrett, so.
No. We should probably find Mitch though, huh?
Yeah, I was going to go to the middle school. I figure we might as well. That's like a central part, right? Maybe they're there.
Yeah, but Mitch has always kind of been allergic to school, so.
Well, we got the nuggets, so we'll find them somehow.
Have gas, will travel. And he's gonna nestle onto the back.
You're able to you notice that again, Rob would probably at this point have being distracted, but Rob would notice maybe upon the mounting of the golden nugget that George is dressed like he used to. Tight jeans, double popped polo.
I think he was so used to George looking that way that to him that's George by default. So I don't think it would have triggered anything immediately just because of everything else going on until somebody else points it out to him, and then he'll probably be like, oh yeah. Well.
So where's you're heading towards the school?
Yeah, and based on the map, it looks like there's things around that area anyway. So if we don't go to the school, we keep cruising over to the trade winds on the other side of town.
Okay.
Yeah, slow down, have a good look, and if we don't see anything interesting, just keep on going.
I would imagine as we go down the street, I see more Amy's and Aaron's.
They're everywhere.
Like, I thought that was your mom. Is this your mom too? Like,
and he's gonna every time we pass one, he's gonna, oh, mom, dad, mom and dad.
Oh, man. Maybe that John guy out in Utah had something going. He just keeps on driving.
As you all drive down towards the school, just above at the top of the hill, Shannon, you pull up on your bike. There's no one there. What do you do?
Great question. Let me look at the map. So am I still having trouble remembering things? Like it just kind of not really coming to me at all when I'm here or anything like that?
It's one of those tip of the tongue moments, only it's kind of systemic. As his name is, I can see his face, he broke his finger. It used to be popular, then he became sort of grunt. I gave him a cigarette, and it's at this point it's the names. You can remember the faces, you can remember the mannerisms, things they've said.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the names of these 4 and 5 if you include Ben, which you just remember the little guy who,
Mm-hmm.
none of them are around.
Okay.
And as you're kind of looking around, and this is a more residential area, but an Amy walks by, comes out to get the paper out of the paper box by the mailbox. Did you run out of gas? I could run and get you some.
No, I'm okay. Thanks.
All right, then. And she turns and goes in.
Would a standard Friday morning would that be something that Shannon's like aware of? Like, oh, I would go to school right now. I would meet with, Dutch, like that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Anything that is outside of those 5. Life in Garrett, locations in Garrett, Miss Maggie. You remember those names and those things very, very easily because those are things that exist even if you didn't know anything about the loop or had experienced any of these wild things. You would know how to find your way to the Chat and Chew.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that easy.
Okay.
But
Would
School
she
room-
normally meet with Dutch or Nee when she got to school, or do they meet beforehand? Like, what's the standard thing for her?
You would remember that, when you used to hang out with them, it was something like you would meet and decide whether or not you were going to get to school on time, or if it
Gotcha.
was going to be something where you got there an hour or two late.
Okay. I think she'll probably just default to daily routine then.
And so with that, you take your bike and head off towards the Maplehurst Mall parking lot where you frequently meet Dutch and Nee. And as you drive, you start to shake your head. To the hell with those guys. I can't remember their names, I mean, what are you going to do if you can't remember the names?
Yep.
Jerry, as you are walking towards Tradewinds, coming back up the hill, a couple things you learned with your little trip to Tradewinds. There was no Mitch trailer. There was no Ben trailer. Everything else seemed to be the same. Some guy was looking for Robert, but that was it.
Oh man, that guy's a dick.
He never leaves, so you don't have to worry about
him. Jerry's gonna like try to remember where everyone said to meet, because we got too many cooks, and there were a lot of things thrown out. With no leads at the trade winds, he'd probably like turn around and walk back up towards the school somewhere, because it's school day. Is it? He doesn't know. He doesn't have a watch or a calendar.
You of the group you and Mitch have no idea what day it is. But as you're walking up the hill, it just so happens that in the time it took you to walk down, investigate the trade winds, and then walk back up, running along the road that intersects with the trade winds, and at the top of the hill, your former residence, comes a drenched Mitch Mitchell. Mitch, Jerry, Mitch.
He is in full concentration.
Stop.
Oh, wait. And he
How do I know you're the real one?
He has like the shaking his fist. Wait! Put your hands up. You have a knife? You got laser fingers?
Yeah, probably.
You probably
How
have
do
a
I know
knife?
you're the real one?
Or you probably have laser fingers.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would, because the last person I thought I knew stabbed me.
Yeah, that was bad.
It was real bad. I was bleeding a lot.
There's only one Mitch.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. I'm the Jerry.
Oh. How else would you know I'm the only one? What kind of dumb question was that? Of course it's me.
I've had a hard day, okay?
I was dead in a car, so...
I'm dead too.
Nice. This is the patent pending dead kid high five. Okay, what did you find anything besides that? Is there? Did you find anyone else?
No, nobody has trailers. Well, there's trailers, but your trailer
That's because I'm
Ben's
dead.
trailer.
I'm
There's
dead.
not there.
I'm dead, and my mom's dead, and so.
Well, Ben's trailer's not there either.
Oh.
But he pulls out the card and like shows it to you. He's live.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's great. The hill. We said we'd meet at the hill, right? So everyone.
Oh yeah, of course.
Should all go meet at the hill. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm really cold, so I'm gonna keep this up. And he starts like jogging in place. Okay. I'm gonna go to the hill. You come with, or where?
Well, yeah. If we can't let anything happen to you.
That didn't work out great last time. Okay. And he starts trucking back up towards the hill.
Jerry will keep up.
I will take an investigate roll from Jerry, and I will ask Mitch if he wants to use one of his banked investigate rolls at this moment. So one of you can roll, or Mitch can use one of his.
I'll use one. I got one bank, so I'll use it.
Jerry's clothes are too small.
That's such a weird observation, Greg.
And you realize as soon as you see like that good, way too much sock above the shoe and, too much stretch across the chest, that your clothes are too small too.
Are you wearing Ben's clothes?
Dude, no, this is just how they wear them here, I guess.
I can see your ankles.
Don't look at my ankles. That's weird.
Yeah, well, I can see them.
You don't look at a dude's ankles.
At least have a whole pants, man.
This is what I will. Just run.
Okay, wait. Is it because you're dead? Because I'm dead.
Yeah, I've been dead for like 3 years.
And he like slows down. And he goes, oh, gross.
Oh wait,
You're in
these are
dead
dead
kid
me's
clothes.
clothes.
Yeah.
So are you.
Oh. At least mine are washed.
Oh,
Yeah. Gross.
gross.
Anyway. As we commiserate over dead kids' clothes. Oh, what a weird day this is, Greg.
Yeah.
All right, so you all are hoofing it. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you still have your walkie? I was underwater.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't work. I gotta
Yeah,
figure that out.
mine's probably good.
I had to get like a Tupperware.
I should have called somebody.
That would have been probably a great idea. You know who'd
Yeah.
have a Tupperware? Butts' mom would have Tupperware. She probably sells it. She looks like someone who sells Tupperware.
Yeah, you're probably right, but this is probably all full of grass.
Gross. Okay. Yeah, you should call people. Because if they didn't wake up in water, which I really hope they didn't, because that'd be weird, we should call them and find out where they are.
Jerry will pull out his walkie-talkie, pull up the extendable antenna, and Ironhide calling dummies. Dummies, come in.
That's not the call sign.
It is here.
Isn't Shannon the only one who has a walkie?
I think,
And as you
she's got it
stated,
turned off.
before you jump, you always turn it off.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Oh,
think
no, wait,
though
no,
that
Mitch-
Rob has one.
Yeah, Mitch fixed like 2 of them in the cabin.
Yeah. I think the only person that doesn't have one right now is Ben, because Ben was told to share with Jerry.
Yes, because they're always together.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. And you fixed everybody else's. So at this point, I don't know if George or Rob would have theirs on, but you never told us that you wouldn't have it on.
Yeah.
So-
George is driving, so Rob's gonna hear that and go, it's for you, and try to pass it up to George.
Yeah, what's up? Hello?
I found a bitch. Where are you?
We're at school.
That's not
Where are
the-
you?
That's not the hill.
Who is this?
What's my name? This is Jazz. Ultra
Oh,
Magnus. You call me both those because I'm cool.
Jazz Magnus.
Bitch, I think it's him.
I mean, no one's that dumb. Why are they going to school?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Okay. Can I just ask him if they
He-
did they go
here.
to? Oh, hey, it's why are you guys going to school?
It's Friday. I figured you would be at school.
What is that, Sloppy Joe Day or what?
Mitch just like blinks at Jerry. We're here to save the universe. Why?
Yeah,
Who-
and the school's in the middle of town. Figured you'd be there.
Well, I haven't been to school in like a year.
I don't know. I didn't know you in school.
We went into same.
Here,
Fine.
Rob, you handle this, and I like.
I told him.
Fine, we'll meet you at the school. Just pick a place to meet, like
Okay.
like flagpole or something.
Okay, yeah. Find us on the playground.
It's high school.
It's middle school.
It's 1989. What? I'll figure it out. And he just hands it back to Jerry. You were right. It is dummies. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. And he starts running towards school. Fucking playground.
We'll cut to about 8 o'clock, and after searching various playgrounds in the greater Garrett area, you are able to find them. I'm assuming at the middle school playground, where at your former Edgar Allan Poe Middle School. There they are.
We don't go
Home of the
here.
Ravens.
This is not even our school.
Yeah, but it's like on the way to other things that you losers would go to, like the junkyard and whatever. So
Or the hill that we said we'd meet at.
we had 3 places, and I'll be honest, I didn't remember which one was first.
The hill.
So I kind of just threw that out the window.
Okay. All right. Are you?
Yeah.
So you guys all verified that you're you? Yeah, like a secret well, sorry. Like a secret agent?
Well, we haven't tried to kill each other yet.
Great.
That's what a sleeper would say, Rob.
He's awake.
How do I know you're not here to kill us?
Well, because all my parents are robots now.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't be here.
Wait, you got robot parents?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
What do they do? Just sit on the couch?
Yeah, I don't know. They're the complete opposite of my parents. They don't even have the same names.
I didn't even see your parents get off the couch.
I didn't know you had parents.
I mean, of course he had parents. Not like a science experiment.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh man, the loop does crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
now you got me second guessing my own birth, man.
It sounds like Rob.
It does sound like Rob. Is anyone she's
I,
seen?
Ben,
Thankfully, no. But
Oh, and Ben.
I was literally 5 seconds away from saying if Ben were here, he'd say, "Hey, there's only 4 of us," but I didn't. So go ahead.
Anyone know where Ben is?
figured he'd be with Jerry.
I'm sorry,
but
is that a scooter?
If we're supposed to meet on the hill, we should go to the hill.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah, since you guys remembered.
Yeah, totally, every time.
Yeah, the hill, yeah, that hill.
Also, does your mom have Tupperware?
My mom's
Yeah.
a robot.
No,
Yeah,
not
totally.
you. Of course, your mom's a
Oh.
robot. But does your mom have Tupperware?
Yeah, she one of her friends sold her a whole set of it.
Great. And he like pulls out his walkie, and it's like still dripping. This keeps happening to me. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. This is the second time in 3 days.
You can
I've
also get a baggie.
woken up in the water. Yeah, but Tupperware is airtight, so you can tell by the fart.
You're right. It's a burp.
Fart, burp, it's the same thing.
It's,
Okay.
It's 2 different ends. It's not the same thing.
Okay. So we gotta find Shannon. We gotta find Ben.
Yeah.
We gotta find Tupperware. And then we gotta figure out what the hell's going on here with your robot parents.
I don't. Have we ever
Yeah.
figured out what we're supposed to do every time we jump? I
No.
think we just keep running into shit and then jumping again.
Yes.
What you were told by because it's been a bit, what you were told by the Chris that you met when you first came out of the lake and were pulled into the boat is to pay attention to everything that you see in the garrets that you go to. If you want to try to fix something, you can, he said, but not always is that possible. But things that you learn here might be secrets in your prime world. So things are more open in certain places. People say things that maybe they wouldn't say in your world. Those are things that need to be paid attention to. Everything could potentially be important.
Right.
God, I wish I had my board. Oh, I can put paper in the Tupperware container. It's airtight.
There you go. It's airtight. You're right.
Great. Okay, so find Shannon,
brand.
find Ben, find paper, find Tupperware.
And pencil and pen.
Yes. All right, well, I guess we're hoofing it because you have a scooter.
Who else? Who runs fastest besides me?
Well, you're a robot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like when
We've
you guys
just
get on
been
the
booking it today.
He skipped a generation with me.
Right.
The robots skipped a generation.
Unfortunately, I'm made out of meat.
I'm still real wet, so I'll keep running because if I stay still, I get real cold.
All right. Jerry,
Huh?
you want to ride bitch or do you want to drive?
Rob's still on the back on.
Yeah, I didn't bring my license, so like, you know, I'll let you drive this time.
It's the Sweet McNugget, so let's go.
Sweet McNugget. No, I hate it. I hate it so much.
So, however you decide to do it, you're able to make your way through Garrett to the hill. But before you get there, I need to know what Shannon does. As you get to the Maplehurst Mall parking lot just outside of the AMC 6 theaters, a place where you would meet the proverbial smoking corner with Dutch and Nee, and one time ago, Chris. Um, you don't see anybody. No one ever shows up. Neither of them appear. However, you do have like an uncomfortable, like almost like a spasm every once in a while. It takes you a while to identify the fact that it's not coming from you, but you have a disc in your pocket that seems to be moving, and it's just shaking intermittently.
Okay, what happens if I just not grip it, but just like place the disc on my palm? Does it just stay there and vibrate, or does it do?
It does for a second, and then it lifts about 2 inches off of your palm.
Does it go somewhere?
Nope.
It just
kind of floats there.
weird. Does it have any symbols or anything on it?
It's smooth. It's again one of those tip of the tongue type of things. You know, it has something.
Mm-hmm.
It's to do with those kids. You just can't remember if this is it or is there something else.
Got it. Well, she's gonna rummage through her very impressive bag that she bought at this pharmacy before they jumped.
Oh, you got a ton of first aid stuff in there. It looks like a handmade walkie-talkie. You know, you even got like an emergency flashlight. Just a bunch of stuff that I believe you were given like almost like a triage kit too by Miss Maggie before you left. She gave you additional stuff. Everything inside that cheap ass LLB knockoff backpack that you said you have is packed to the mostly with just stuff to keep people alive.
Yep. Okay. Does she recognize the walkie? Like, is it one of those things like this is associated with those kids, or just?
It's sort of, but when you look at it, it's like it's a kind of like a beat up, almost like a handmade walkie-talkie.
Mm-hmm.
It piques your interest a bit, but you don't have any recollection of what it's for.
Okay. It's 8 o'clock now, right? Basically, school's supposed to be a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, so she'll go. I'm guessing she goes to Braddock High now because of how old she is, right? So
she does, yeah.
Yeah, so she'll just head towards school then.
Sure. I will take an investigate from one of the Fab Four, and I will take an investigate from Shannon. But just one. So you guys must decide who will.
Not Jerry.
I got.
I'll jump on some investigate.
Yeah, I got 2 for Shannon.
1 for Mitch.
So, Mitch, as you're still running it, getting in your laps, there's only one other athlete in Garrett that has run this much in an episode. But you are able to run, and as you are running, you see a motorcycle kind of coming parallel from the mall past where Sarge's house is as it crosses in front and it starts to head towards the school, and you recognize, well, maybe with a bit of dread, Shannon is behind the wheel.
Mitch uh, in complete panic mode, like running next to Butts, he just grabs Butts and switches places with him, and then like Shannon.
Shannon notices this.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I mean it's your name. Yes, you
Yeah.
definitely.
She slows down now that she's seen their faces. Like anything?
You definitely get recognition, like pings of I know these guys. But again, it's the dream has distanced itself from your awareness. You don't feel any sort of dread about them, I don't think.
Yeah.
It'd be
But kind of indifference, though, right?
right.
Okay. I don't think she really like she'll slow down a little bit just to like for that one moment and then kind of just keep driving towards the high school.
You would see this. She slows down and then continues on her way.
Is that like an evil Shannon?
Yeah, I think so, dude.
She hasn't stabbed you yet.
Yeah, she didn't.
She's just
stab-
waiting though.
She's go and head us off at the pass.
Shannon,
Anybody got any dimes?
don't stab me. Shannon.
She like slows down again and stops and then like with one leg down still and turns. What?
Are you Shannon?
Yeah.
Are you like regular Shannon? Super Shannon?
I don't know what that means.
You're not. You
Sounds
don't.
like
Do you
her.
want to stab me?
Should I want to stab you? Did you do something that is going to warrant me stabbing you?
I don't know what this Shannon. Is this a? Do you know?
Now I kind of want to. Why are you saying I'm violent towards
Don't-
you? What is that?
Not again, please.
I have never stabbed you.
Debatable.
I don't even know who you are. What is your name?
What?
Your name is what?
No. Do you don't know who? Do you know who anyone is?
Looks like you're a bunch of middle school kids to me. I don't know.
We're
Like,
fresh.
I mean, I'm sure I've seen you around town and stuff, but
Shannon.
do you need something? Like, are you guys lost? What?
Yeah. Do you know about a meeting place on a hill?
I don't know about a meeting place. I was at the hill. Are you guys following me?
No, we're here. You're on a motorcycle. Would that be possible?
I don't know. I'm just asking. It's weird that
No,
I
we're
was
going-
just at a hill a bit ago.
We're
and-
going to the hill. That's the meeting place.
Okay. Who are you?
I'm Mitch.
Mitch. Okay. Well, you know me clearly since you've been yelling at me, but the rest of you,
I'm Rob.
What's happening?
Rob. Okay. Who's pretty boy over here with the pop collars? Yes, plural. Really.
Did you get hit on
Yeah.
the head?
I don't know. No, she must have because everybody knows who I am.
Wow.
I'm dead.
That is a really weird name, and I don't know if I want to meet your parents because that's really morbid.
I don't
Who
think
needs
it's
their
for you
kid
guys.
dead?
No, he's like a dead kid. He died a couple years ago.
Clearly, he didn't die because he was literally talking right in front of me.
It
No,
is
we-
closed. Do you think?
We traveled through the.
God, kids are so
Did you get
weird.
hit in the head?
Actually, yeah, technically I did during training this morning, but that's neither here nor there.
No,
It
there's very much here.
It could be really here. Like we came from a different dimension. He's dead here. I'm dead here. Jerry Baker.
We get nosebleeds.
Do you have a walkie-talkie in your backpack and like a bunch of medical supplies?
Yeah, that is super creepy.
It's 'cause we
Okay.
came from a different dimension.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is Shannon believing any of this at all?
Turn it on.
I leave that up to you.
Yeah. Oh my God, Jerry. Bitch looks astounded. Turn it on. Turn on your walkie-talkie.
Okay, I'll play along for a minute here just because this is probably the highlight of my week.
It's a shitty week.
We're your friends, stupid.
Don't
Yeah,
call
but-
me stupid, stupid.
How would we have
So-
your exact frequency?
I don't have a convincing reason as to why that is, but I'm reluctant to understand how what you're saying is true.
Great. Cool. Can you go like this real quick? Do you have like sharp teeth?
No, I am not doing that. That is
Just-
weird.
Could you please
Do it.
just listen?
Just a little
I
bit.
am
you-
not shoving my fingers in my mouth.
If you don't have
We'll all do
sharp
it.
teeth, you can hit me with the bike, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Just don't kill me.
I am not hitting you with my bike. Maybe
Well-
that thing, but not my bike.
Great. Do this.
Are you guys like
Pretty please.
got a bunch of people waiting in the bushes to be weird?
No.
No, you look like a walrus.
Do the thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh my God.
I've decided against it.
Okay, great. Can you just follow us around until we teleport again?
Okay, let me play along with this for a second. So this whole the walkie-talkie super weird. Okay, agreed. What is happening at the hill? Let's talk about that because that seems like the more normal thing to talk about.
Let's roll the bike and talk. We'll walk and talk. That's our meeting place. So the hill's always the hill in Garrett when we teleport so we can find where we are, find each other. It's a landmark.
Okay. And what are we supposed to meet about?
Saving the world? Or all of the worlds? Universe, dimensions? I don't know what
The
we have.
multiverse.
Multiverse? That's a
It's-
cool one. I
You
like
call
that.
it the multiverse, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
But we just thought of that.
Yeah.
I feel like
No one's ever said that before. Multiverse. It's cool. I
Yeah,
like
we should trademark
Nope,
it.
it's
At least
ours.
copyright it.
Yeah, right here.
that. You feel like what?
something just doesn't feel right.
Okay, cool. Have you talked to anyone else? Is anyone weird
Well,
besides us?
yeah, no, I got that. Andy was really weird.
Oh, that's Rob's dad.
What?
Aaron.
Oh, they
Didn't
all
hear-
sound the same. Sorry. The
What?
his parents are robots.
My
Okay.
butler parents.
I mean, that was only like really weird. Oh, well, actually, the cops did come down to see my dad about something. That was weird.
What did they see him about?
Something to do with somebody dying.
Who died?
I don't remember.
Well, your dad's alive, so check that one off.
Yeah, he's definitely very alive. That's a
He kill somebody?
no.
Was it a kid?
Do I remember the name?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for this because you were delivered it just a little bit ago, and it's not something that would have faded. It's Herb Seville.
Okay. What was the name so that Meta knows?
Herb
Yeah.
Seville.
Herb
Herb Seville, yeah.
Seville.
Known around town as Sarge.
So Herb, most people know him like Sarge.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I wonder if that's.
I don't
what it ended up
know how he died. It's probably some kind of a hit and run or car or something like that. I'm not sure. The police didn't really say much. They just came to question my dad for some reason, which is super weird. But
being. Is it super weird?
yeah, it is super weird because my dad isn't going around hitting people with his car.
Okay.
You know what else is super weird?
Mm.
Where's Ben?
Yeah. No. Maybe he's with like Sarge's family. Like maybe this Ben still knows Sarge.
I still don't know who that is.
Do you know the Mackenzie family?
Don't think so.
Have you seen your idiot friends, Dutch, Nee, Chris?
How do you guys know Dutch and Nee and Chris?
Well, we're pretty sure that Dutch and Nee are evil vampires, and Chris, he's pretty cool, but he's like a time traveler or something.
The time Sherpa.
Yeah, we're not really sure what Chris is, but he definitely time travels.
Yep, sure. Okay.
Guys, do you remember? Do you remember when Mr. Jerry said that they forget? They forget.
Oh! Shit! What's happened? Am I dumb, Mitch? Am I this universe's dumb, Mitch? What happened? Was I dumb in this universe?
You
Jerry.
died too many times.
Maybe you're in the wrong body. Yeah, maybe Jerry and you switched.
He just starts
What?
like slapping Rob. Rob! The crystals! Give her the whole bag!
Oh, here's my sack.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
We've been playing together too long.
I'm sorry.
Here, take all
Hey,
these.
Greg, what happens when Shannon holds the crystals?
Rob is just giving you a bag of crystals.
Okay.
That's
cool.
Rob.
Thanks for the
That's
rocks.
That's Rob. That's George. That's Mitch. That's Jerry. You don't know where Ben is.
Do you remember stuff?
I remember that the last 10 minutes of my life are no longer available to me because of this. And so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is that a yes?
Good morning.
This isn't useful. You hold on to those. Can you agree to just follow us around until we
Like
teleport?
a babysitter?
Sure. Whatever.
Okay, pay me.
You have like $40 in your pocket. You stole it from a guy at McDonald's.
It would all be coming back to you now, Shannon. As soon as you get in possession of the crystals,
Oh.
all of this would begin to bleed back. The dream is revealed and laid bare, as now your life in this morning to this point seems to be the abnormality, as everything kind of rushes and resurfaces and balances back.
Oh boy. I just need a minute.
Is it working?
Just give me a minute. This is really weird.
Does someone have...
At least I didn't wake up in a dead body this time. That's
Oh,
all
yeah,
I'm gonna
I
say.
did. I woke up in a dead body. I drowned in a car.
Is it,
Oh
he's gonna
shit.
Yeah,
Wait.
I had to
Wait.
swim
Stop,
out of
stop,
the
stop.
water.
You okay, hold on.
Oh,
And she
Jerry's
pulls out the
dead, too.
note that was it Dutch that left for her or that no, Dutch left it for her. The note on the bike, right? And it said something about moving a car. Or wait, they found the car.
We have to, yeah, it says we have to move the car. Nee is acting weird. I think he turned.
Okay, so possible clue, and she shows the note to the group. So agreed about Dutch being bad. He might not be bad like last time where he helped me. So maybe he'll help me again.
It's a gamble, but also maybe these people, maybe Dutch killed Sarge. That's the car they need to hide. Your dad didn't do it, right? So
That's a good point. Now I'm worried that my dad is involved in something. Shit.
Okay, what else is...
Well, maybe
your
not.
dad.
Wait,
Maybe not.
someone have pen and paper.
Yeah, I have a pen and paper.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Great. And he starts scribbling down as many facts as he can, not even facts, as many things as he can remember from the last universe, and as many things as he can remember from this universe. I don't know what we're supposed to do with this, but I gotta, someone else hold it, because I keep getting wet. He like hands
Okay.
it to somebody.
I'll just hold it on. I'll just put it in my backpack.
Yeah, I gotta get
My
Tupperware.
very, very stylish backpack.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you stole that.
I did
I'm
not
gonna-
steal that. I had plenty of money. I didn't need to steal it.
Stole
Rob's gonna
the
pull
money.
out a few napkins from this clump and kind of hand them to Mitch to help dry them off.
Okay, so I need to find Dutch and find as much information out about this whole thing as possible. I think that's probably the best use of our time here in case we have to jump again. But
And
that's
just
just
as
my
you-
opinion.
Right. And just as you think that, Shannon, that disc in your pocket begins to buzz again. And now you remember that disc buzzes when a Jimmy is present in the garret that you jumped to.
You guys hear that noise?
Oh, yeah. Jimmy's here somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, should we go to his usual spots?
he said he's usually good.
Yeah.
I don't know where transients live.
Bridges.
Yeah.
We'll let you know that his nickname is Main Street Jimmy,
Mhm.
but don't read anything into that. So,
Bridges.
There's a bridge on Main Street, right?
Oh, Christ
Bridges.
almighty.
Yes.
If Rob didn't say that, I would have said.
Bridges. Oh, God. Greg, how far are we from Main Street?
He's homeless. He's not a troll.
yeah, Garrett is not a big place. So you're always about 10 minutes from anywhere.
There's no bridges here, Rob. We don't have a single
All
bridge
right.
in town.
Well, who's coming with me on the
We're
bike?
all going-
I'm wet.
Oh, on the bike.
I'll go.
You're
Okay.
already on a bike.
Oh, am I?
You're driving the golden
No,
nugget.
I'm driving.
You're walking the
Oh,
bike.
he's driving there. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right.
I'll just keep walking.
So
The only
I mean,
the only other person walking was Butts.
No, I have the nugget.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
we were
he's
running
got the
together.
nugget.
No, I have the nugget. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
dumping the nuggie.
Oh, I thought you let Jerry drive it.
So Jerry, like old times.
You guys are adorable.
Yeah, but keep an eye out for Ben.
Right.
Yeah, we can't find him, and we can't jump without him. Or we can, but I don't know what happens.
He's definitely here. He said he'd never forget me.
What if? Okay, that's fine. We'll figure that out. Let's find Jimmy. Maybe he knows where Ben is.
Where did Ben go?
As good as an idea I got.
It doesn't take you long to get to Main Street. Again, you get a couple looks from the Aarons and the Amys. Usually like the municipal ones dressed in like outfits that seem to be, maybe programmed for truancy. But no one stops you or questions why you're not in school. And it is maybe a half hour later, right around 9 o'clock in the morning, that you find Main Street Jimmy sleeping in an alleyway, as he often does.
There he is.
Someone should go wake him up.
Me?
Oh.
I don't care, just not me.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I got reflexes.
As you get closer, George, you can hear a buzzing coming from Jimmy, but he is slumbering through it.
I'll not really kick, but like I'll use my foot to nudge his leg to not like overly alarm him. Go, hey Jimmy, and nudge.
As soon as you touch him, he kind of shoots up and looks, and as soon as he sees your face, his eyes go wide and he looks around your leg, and whoever's visible, he marks off each face until he reads all four of you. You got him, Mitch. You're the group. The ones from the lake, the last ones from the lake.
Yeah.
How do you
Hey,
know that?
thanks for telling. You told me this stuff about Nam. To look it up in the library. I did.
What?
Stuff you told me to look up and go to the
Not
library.
the war, Mitch.
I told Chris.
This is Chris,
This is Chris.
future Chris,
Yeah.
but also current Chris.
Yeah,
Who's
it's
Jimmy.
I think I am.
they're all the same person, sort of.
I'm too old to be Chris here, so I'm Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of. This is a whole thing. And you know where Ben is?
Did you have a Ben when you got here? Do you still have him?
We had a Ben when we got here. We had a Ben when we left the last one.
Yeah, we don't know if
This
he's
is very
actually here.
confusing. Everyone else is
You-
here, so we assume he's here too.
So you can't dive from here until he's either you're all together or he's dead,
Okay, well we prefer the first one.
right?
Do you know
Where
where Ben? Do you know this place is Ben?
There's no Ben in this place. He's gone.
Gone, dead, gone, not
He
existing.
he moved away about 2 years ago.
To where?
I didn't have to. I'm not able to leave Garrett. I have to stay here. I don't know where he went. But, Sam moved away. Veronica moved away. There's no DJ Rock here.
Why is DJ Emrock
um,
important? It's just like a radio guy.
What happens if
Oh,
we jump to a
right.
place where we aren't normally living?
Usually you guys have told me just put you somewhere.
Somewhere that's gonna be difficult to find somewhere for Ben.
Jerry, where would Ben go? He'd go to find his mom. And then Sarge.
Maybe Sarge's. Yeah.
Sarge is dead. He got
Yeah.
killed last night.
Do you know what happened?
Shannon's dad
Killed
killed him.
Stop that.
He's not even your real dad.
No, it was your dad, Mitch.
I have a dad?
Shannon's dad was just riding in the passenger seat.
What?
That's also... I have a
oh
dad?
no.
Accessory after the fact.
Well, now whose dad did what, huh?
I'm still...
Just happened right
surprised I have
there.
a dad.
You can see that there's on a section that you haven't gotten it's like past the alleyway and out into Main Street proper. You see a whole section of Main Street has been blocked off and they're redirecting traffic around an entire area. It also happens to be the same section of the street where the paperback exchange is. The closed sign is off of the window.
Is my dad bad? Is Shannon's dad bad?
You don't have a dad here.
You said my dad killed...
I don't think he was from here.
Is Shannon's
Why'd you kill
dad from
Sarge?
here?
Yeah, but not the one that was in the car, I don't think. He was smaller. Like, not as many muscles.
There's two of my dad here.
Well, there was two Shannons in the last place. One of them tried to kill me.
There was two of your dad here last night. I think.
Yes,
Oh no. That's bad. What if they're trying to get rid of my dad, my real dad? Well, the real Shannon, this dad that's here.
They were wearing loop outfits. Your dad and he nods to Mitch, your dad, and nods to Shannon, your dad. They had the loop jumpsuits on. The ones with the yellow, and I think they were going to space. Looked like they were going to space.
Why are they going around killing Sarge?
I think it was an accident. I think.
Really?
I hope.
What did Sarge do here before he died?
He was good. He let me eat with him on Sundays, but I can't stay inside because then I forget.
You can't stay inside what?
Anything. That's why I sleep out here.
I think this might be the first time we actually had a conversation, Jimmy. This is very weird.
I'm older. Hey, thanks for the stuff you told me to do about the war. I read everything and I was able to stay safe, but I read about the Tet offensive, and I knew what they were going to do before they did it, and I saved my buddies. They were going to die, but I saved them. He gave me a medal for it.
That's... You're welcome. I don't know what to say. Cool, man. I'm glad you're still with us, right?
If I dive, don't try to stop me, Mitch, okay? Don't just let me go. I've got a job.
Okay.
We weren't going to.
Okay. So, all right. Dutch, bad. Knee, maybe. Shannon's dad, jacked. Little dad, bad. My dad, bad. Ben, missing. Rob's parents, robots.
Tupperware.
Tupperware. Thank you.
George, what about your parents? Anything?
Alive and well. Dancing, being awkward. Still rich.
Okay. Is your dad working at the Loop?
They were dancing and it was weird, and I didn't want to be there too long because we have work to do, so I just left and didn't do any attachment stuff.
Jimmy, do you know if his dad works at the Loop?
Everything's real hush hush here. I'm pretty sure he still works at the Loop though, but no one talks about the Loop here at all.
Really?
Yeah, they know it, but even the people that work there, they never talk about it.
Jimmy, this is gonna be pretty dark. Were we killed? And he like motions to Jerry.
Yeah, they burned your house down, and know what happened to you, Mitch, but you weren't in Garrett anymore, and I figured.
Cars in a lake.
Oh. Wow. I fucked up.
I mean, I wouldn't blame yourself, Jimmy. You did your
It
best.
happens a lot.
But you got us here.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
And they're all of you. We got to get Ben, and then there'll be all of you. There'll be all five of you. And there's six. You've got him, Mitch, so it's 6. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to find Ben.
Sarge's house, I guess.
Sarge is
Wouldn't
dead.
the cops be at his house?
I mean, he didn't die in his house.
Yeah, but
It's not a crime scene.
whoever killed them and or the cops might be in on it, could be watching Sarge's house.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, maybe we can go from a distance,
But that's
just
the thing.
check it
Like,
out.
Ben wouldn't know that. And if Ben just showed up there and there's a Ben who doesn't exist in this town for years, that'd be pretty suspicious that the 13-year-old boy just wandered up to the dead guy's house.
Okay, yeah, agreed.
And with Tiny
What
Dad
about-
and my dad, they might, I don't know.
Okay. Well, then let's go to Sarge's house together. And if there's nothing obvious about Ben being there, we should move on.
Do you want me to go? They know me.
We wouldn't want you to go alone.
I always go alone.
Yeah, we don't want to get you in any more trouble, Jimmy.
Don't worry, this isn't where I die.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Where do you want me to meet you guys?
Can we maybe give him one of our walkie-talkies until he finds Ben? In
Well,
case he
that's-
finds Ben?
Mine's wet.
Well, I can give him mine.
No,
You know, I barely even use mine anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, let's do that, because if he finds Ben before we do, or he needs help and is in trouble. Sound good, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go. And she opens her bag.
He looks down at it, and in a way, he looks at it almost lovingly, at the Mitchie talkie. I always wanted one of these.
I'll make you one when we
Yeah.
figure this shit out.
Needs a call
Okay.
sign.
You know, if you end up jumping and we end up in the same place again and you have the walkie still, then we can communicate that way, which could be pretty beneficial.
Yeah, we keep everything we jump with.
That's true.
I don't,
Oh.
except this. And he pulls the rock out.
Well, at least for now.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. And he just smiles and walks off. As he kind of gets up from where he was sleeping, you hear the clink of bottles as, several kind of Boone's Farm empty, they just kind of slip and slide, a little Mad Dog 2020. Any rot gut you can think of. But he's got a bit of a pep in his step as he rolls in the direction. And then he pops his head back around the alley. You shouldn't stay here. Where do you want me to meet you?
Is Mackie good here?
Yeah.
Let's
She's
meet.
good everywhere.
Let's meet
Most.
there.
Okay, I'll see you at the paperback then.
Okay. Okay. So what are we gonna do then?
That was
guys?
a lot. That was a
Yeah.
lot. That was a whole. I guess we just go like. I feel like most of us should hide at the paperback store. Like, we're dead here. I don't think you exist. He like points at Rob.
Yeah, I tried to go earlier, and the store was closed. So I kind of want to go back and see what's going on.
Shannon can break in.
I don't think we need to break in. Maggie, I'm sure would love to see Rob again, as
He
always.
said it was closed.
It was
Before.
It might have been too early. So let's
Yeah.
just go there. We don't have to break in just because. If it's open, it's open.
The closed sign is off the window as well.
Yeah, aren't we right there anyway? So.
Yeah, it's like 70 feet away from you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
If that's where you're going, you head towards the paperback exchange, and again, within the 10 feet, now that the sign is down and the door's open or has been opened and closed a couple times, the smell of 1969 embraces you. And as you get there and open the door and walk in, even before, as the glass kind of allows this type of presence, you see that it is Gary who is working behind the counter. And as you walk in, he's on the phone and he says, kind of holds his finger up to you all as you come in. No, I'm sorry, she's out of town at the Dead concert. Can I help you? I don't know. Who is this, man? Rude, man. How can I help you? He looks at you all as he hangs the phone up.
Rob.
Well, you just said that she was at the concert. It's
It could be cover.
is Maggie here?
No, she's at a concert downstate at Merriweather. What? How can I help you? I'm Gary. Who are you?
Rob.
Rob. And he turns around and pulls out what looks like a clipboard, but it's more like a dry erase kind of and the name Rob, Mitch, George, Shannon, Jerry are written across it, and Ben's at the bottom. Rob, you're at the top of the list. Well, you're Maggie's nephew, right?
Yeah. That's me.
Hey, her casa, su casa. What do you need? I'm told to help you guys out whenever you're in town and Maggie's not around.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
We just need a place to, lay low.
Do you guys? Okay, that explains. Do you guys know a B?
I know all of the alphabet. Yes.
No,
Oh, right. But I think it's more like a B.
Bumblebee.
Oh God! Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, who's everybody? And he holds the list up.
I'm Mitch.
Mitch.
George.
George.
Gary.
Oh, Jerry, okay, and Rob and Shannon. Um, B's your is Ben?
Do,
Is that
Oh,
do you know B? Is B here?
no? That was the Alta Boys Club. They said that they had a B there, and his guardian was Maggie, which doesn't. It's on the list, man. So I think I might have screwed up a little bit.
What's the Alta Boys Club?
It's the reform
Alta?
school.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Alta.
Hello,
That's
Alta?
the
I
name.
know what the Alta is, but what's the boys?
Never a boys' club. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always been.
We need to get Ben out of there.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Did you just say reform school?
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, yeah. I mean, they say it's for delinquents, but I mean, I don't use that term.
We're delinquents. How do we get there?
Jerry.
I mean, it's just on the way north of. It's a compound just north of the city. It's on the way to that. I don't know if you ever. There's a research facility up there. They call it the Loop, but there's a. It's right along the way. It's a big place. It kind of looks like a jail.
Gary, you know what would make you really Batman right now?
I like where you're going with this. What?
Get us a ride to the Altar Boys Club.
Okay, and that makes me Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Totally
you'd save,
Batman.
save
Alfred, but you know, it's pretty close.
you'd be saving the day.
Well, I don't. I like the Batman better, but
You'd be saving the day, or night, or night of day.
all right. Maggie said anything, and he goes over and closes and turns the sign from open to closed, but not forever. And that, my friends, is where we will end this session of Atari Twilight. Stay tuned for next session, Atari Twilight Rollout Episode 4, Dead Poets Society.
Love it.
Captain Micah.
I also love We're Delinquents. How do we get there? 10 out of 10 quote on that one. All righty, let's go around, do our introductions, get the hell out of here so we can talk about the weirdness that was this episode in our after show. And if you guys out there watching want access to the after show, Patreon link down below. Join us at the $5 tier. You get access to all the behind the scenes exclusives for all the shows we do here. That being said, we'll start in my top corner. Mike, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
So I'm the Anonymous Rhinoceros. You can see me in Discord at that same name. Just playing the butts. That's all I'm doing.
Wow.
Otherwise, I'm playing WoW usually. So
Playing the butts. Okay. Fantastic. Bitters, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
I'm Mr. Bitters. My online presence is 0. I just do this, so come back next week.
Hell freaking yeah. Meta, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
What he just said. I don't do anything except for this, so I'm basically just a ghost.
Great.
Yep.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Love this cast. Frags, same questions. Different answer?
Yeah, man. No, you can catch me Monday nights on TNT. No, I don't do it. I'm here on Wednesdays and forever on Twitter sometimes if you have me. But yeah.
All right. And last but not least, Greg, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Nothing, and nothing, but you can find me over at the unMadeGaming Discord if you go into the Atari Twilight chat room that we have dubbed the writer's room, and at me, because otherwise I'm too old to find it. I will surely answer and engage in any type of nerdery you would like to engage with. This cast is awesome. I will say this on the Patreon after show, there has been this season's sub-villain has been following our intrepid band, and I will reveal the identity in the after show.
Suspicious. I'm announcing this right now. It's official as of me saying it. We're officially looking for the next show to make Greg run for 3 years after this one ends. So feel free to submit your recommendations in the Discord. But that being said, we are going to get out of here, do that after show. You, again, get it over on Patreon. While you're down there, clicking that link, join us over the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. But for now, we're going to get out of here. So we will see all of you next week for more shenanigans. So from all of us to you guys, bye-bye.